Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
They say Oxford High School failed to act twice and that the school shooting could have been prevented. Two former board members saying they're blowing the whistle on school leadership and what specifically didn't happen in the days leading up to the tragedy.
Those two former school board members say they left their posts out of frustration. Now, tonight, they are claiming the truth has been hidden from the public.
They say the shooter should have been removed from class and would have had the school used a policy that had already been put in place. Instead, they say the officials at the high school gave in to the students' parents and kept him in school. Let's get to Paula Tutman following this today. Talk to us first about this policy, Paula.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to remind you that we are 2 days from the first-year anniversary from when those students ran to that mire to run for their lives from that school up there. Fair question is to talk about why these two now former school board members are coming forward now. Certainly a question asked by reporters, but we don't have a clear answer other than they say they were tired of not being able to be transparent. They claim there were exterior forces that forced them to stay silent, which begs the question, who or whom? They wouldn't answer. What were the consequences of speaking out? No clear answers on that one, only that they believe they could not remain silent any longer. Recently resigned Oxford School Board members, former President Tom Donnelly and former Treasurer Corey Bailey say they are breaking what they call enforced silence over the district's handling of the school shooting November 30th of last year by confessed killer Ethan Crumbley.
The board was even provided a report presentation from Secure Educational Consultants where they praised our team and said we have done a remarkable job in developing and executing the extremely comprehensive safety and security plans, and that Oxford Schools currently provides a very safe and secure environment for staff and students. Again, if all of this were true, how would the shooting have happened?
The two point to standard operating procedures listed on the school website that indicate how a district reacts to threat assessments, and the fact that there is an actual playbook that the district adopted in 2004 called the Enhancing School Safety Using a Threat Assessment Model. It was issued by the Department of Homeland Security and the U.S. Secret Service. Now, according to Donnelly and Bailey, their attorney also says that the principal got external training on that playbook, but never passed that training along to others.
Oxford school system uses an assessment called SABRE. The shooter's class should have taken that assessment in 2020 and 2021.
They didn't even realize that playbook existed until February, 3 months after the shooting at Oxford High School.
Tom and I would later learn that the school had not put this playbook to practice at any of our buildings. We had been informed that those responsible for safety have raised concerns over the lack of training for quite some time, but those concerns were ignored.
A lot was said in that news conference, a lot was not said, but one really interesting thing that was said was they talked about these markers and understanding these markers that were in that playbook, and it really does connect some interesting dots to what we've already seen with those drawings that Ethan Crumbley did in class before he was taken to the principal's office, and we're going to unpack that coming up at 6, guys.
All right, Paula, we will see you then. Now, the Oxford High School shooter she just mentioned is going to be back in court tomorrow for his monthly hearing. Every month, the judge has to decide if Ethan Crumbley will be kept at the Oakland County Jail or moved to a juvenile facility, a hearing required by law because of his age. Last month, though, the 16-year-old pleaded guilty to all 24 charges against him, including murder and terrorism. Detroit Police Chief James White is speaking out tonight amid a rash of shootings that have been targeting teenagers.
Since last Friday, we have seen 2 teenagers shot near the downtown Christmas tree lighting. Another 2 shot outside of Henry Ford High School. And then this weekend, 3 teens were shot outside of a birthday party. And yesterday, a 15-year-old was fatally shot in what police are calling an accident. Priya Mann live on Mark Twain Street on the west side where that latest shooting happened. Priya?
Karen, good evening. 2 16-year-olds playing with a gun inside a home here on Mark Twain near McNichols were playing with a gun inside a home unsupervised. They were alone around 5 in the morning Sunday morning. That gun goes off, hitting one teen in the hand, killing the other. This senseless death, unfortunately, isn't an isolated case. A string of deadly shootings in Detroit since Thanksgiving. Chief White announcing the arrest of James Massey Kelly, the gas station worker charged with murder after allegedly killing a customer on Thanksgiving.
What we need is better decision making. You know, nothing good can come when people are using guns to resolve relatively simple disputes.
Detectives are looking for this man after a victim was shot and killed following an argument over an elevator.
The one at the party on 400 Monroe was just absolutely ridiculous. Someone wouldn't hold an elevator door and ultimately was shot.
Several teens have been injured and killed in separate shootings. On Saturday, two 15-year-olds and a 17-year-old were shot, leaving a Sweet 16 party.
None of the kids that we have interviewed thus far attended Detroit Public Schools. They were from suburban schools. So we're looking to see if there was some type of conflict.
The teens were shot by someone across the road from Exquisite Events in Detroit.
We won't hesitate to shut these businesses down. You know, they come to our communities, make the money and leave, and then they put our community at risk. We're not going to tolerate that. We will go in and we will shut those businesses down.
And in that case, Chief White says he is working with suburban partners. We hope to have more information on the investigation that injured those three teens. Meanwhile, there is a homicide investigation here involving an 18-year-old. This happened in the 9200 block of Burt Road on Saturday. An 18-year-old was found dead inside of a home. Police believe that that killing may have been sparked by a dog that was attempted to be stolen. There was some sort of argument, and that 18-year-old ended up dead. They have no information on that case. They are asking for the public's help. And of course, when you have a string of deadly shootings since Thanksgiving, Chief White is sounding the alarm, saying people need to make better decisions. Reporting live on the West Side, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
This is horrible, horrible. So, yes, better decisions. Teenagers, thank you, Priya.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. If you drive down I-94 in Macomb County, new construction project could actually cause some backups for weeks.
It started this morning. Number of spots on I-94 between I-696 and 12 Mile. Sky 4 over that area. You will find lane closures on I-696 on the ramps in the westbound lanes of I-94 at Martin Road. The 12 Mile ramp to westbound I-94. That'll also be shut down because crews are repairing the Martin Road Bridge. Construction should be finished by late December. Better news, though, for driving around. When you fill up this week, gas prices continue to drop in Metro Detroit. AAA says we're now paying an average of $3.46 a gallon, 19 cents less than last week, though still 10 cents more a gallon this time last year. The average fill-up will cost about $54 right now to fill up your tank.
Well, the Big Ten has issued its largest fine ever over that tunnel brawl after the Michigan State game.
Conference fining Michigan State $100,000 for the fight at Michigan Stadium. Big Ten also extending the suspension of redshirt sophomore Kerry Crump of MSU by 8 games. Last week, you'll recall, he was charged with assault. Big Ten also reprimanded the University of Michigan, saying it did not provide adequate protection for the teams leaving the field. Conference says neither team represented the level of sportsmanship that's expected from Big Ten member schools. All right, now to the action on the field. We prefer that, and it's a big win that has Michigan fans really smiling all weekend and today.
Oh, my goodness. Bernie is back from Columbus with that 45-23 win. Are you... I think everyone's really surprised. I think
you're a little
good time down there on the field, was it?
Yeah.
Well, it was really interesting. Let me say this: it's better than it's been in the past.
Oh yeah,
if you understand what I'm saying. By the way, that championship game is this Saturday in Indianapolis, 8 o'clock start. Michigan favored by 16.5 over Purdue, but last Saturday beating Ohio State in Columbus, huge. Michigan hasn't won there in 22 years. We've got highlights. Michigan quarterback J.J. McCarthy was terrific, and he waved goodbye to the crowd at Ohio Stadium. And here's Donovan Edwards waving goodbye to everyone. What an enjoyable day it was. Today, Jim Harbaugh said Saturday's atmosphere in Columbus reminded him of one thing.
The level of detail, it was Super Bowl-like, and we understand this is like having a Super Bowl every year. When you're at Michigan, you get to play in a Super Bowl every single year, and it was treated as such.
It felt like that, too, the atmosphere there at Ohio Stadium. Michigan and Purdue, by the way, did not face each other during the regular season, but the fact Michigan's favored by 16.5 tells you all you need to know, because Vegas knows all.
I don't imagine we're seeing a let-up. It just doesn't feel like a letdown game when you're talking about the Big Ten championship, right?
This all seems so business-like to me, and talking to the players and everything, that,
Yeah.
you know, this is nice and we won this, but now we've got next week, and then after that there's a game, and then after that there's probably
Right.
another game.
Yeah.
You win 3 more. Here's what you have to remember. You win 3 more games, you're national champs.
You got it.
So stopping now would make no sense.
Sounds great.
Exciting times.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Vern.
Okay.
All right, let's turn our attention to the weather. Live look outside from our Windsor sky cam. The rain has cleared after, well, yesterday was kind of a washout, but a lot changing as we make our way through the week.
And that includes some high winds. So let's get over to Kim Adams and our forewarned forecast. Hey, Kim.
Hey, Karen. Well, we do have a lot of change this week. First, we're up to 50 tomorrow, and then we're back down in the 30s for Wednesday, and a lot of wind midweek as well. Right now, 42 at City Airport, 41 at Metro, for 39 in Pontiac, upper 30s right now in Mount Clemens. Not a lot of wind chill because the winds are fairly calm. 35 is the current wind chill. That's the coolest out at Metro Airport. There is some warmth down to our southwest. It's 55 right now in Kansas City, 50 in St. Louis, and we will get warmer by tomorrow. 40 degrees here at 6 o'clock, 38 by 8 o'clock, and by midnight we are in the upper 30s. I want to give you a sneak peek at this temperature trend, though, over the next several days. 43 is our average high, and you can see we are up and down, then up and back down again. I'll break it all down for you in the future forecast in just a few minutes.